What's up, YouTube family? It's your boy Adrian back with another video. Shout out to all my new subscribers. I appreciate each and every last one of you guys. The channel is slowly but surely growing, and I definitely appreciate you guys for just being on this journey with me. I am extremely camera shy, so this is something that is a little hard for me to do, but I'm trying to get a little bit better at like facing my fears as far as being camera shy and all of that kind of stuff. But I also am a narcissist abuse survivor, so I definitely have a message when it comes to narcissistic abuse and just the MPD, cluster B personality, and the things that I've experienced in my own situation. So today I wanted to talk about the smear campaign and the power of staying silent in the smear campaign. And the reason that I wanted to talk about that is because I tried to fight the smear campaign at the very beginning because I didn't know that I was being smeared at all. I just saw things in my relationship at that time weren't like good. So I was actually trying to defend myself, and I started to realize that the flying monkeys and the people that were already on her side, they had already had their mind made up to the point that they didn't want to hear anything that I had to say on anything. They were cutting me off to the point where like I couldn't even get a word out. So when I tried to explain some of the things that we were experiencing in that relationship or whatever, and some of the things that I was going through, I realized that the narcissist had already set the stage. So she had already basically told all of the lies and got all of her flying monkeys and everybody in place. And they were basically already prepared for me to have any type of rebuttal or whatever. So it's kind of like, I want you guys to think about it kind of like the narcissist threw a net on top of you, like a fishing net. Like, I know you guys probably seen those old movies where they throw the fishing net on top of the alligator, or they throw the fishing net on top of the people. And when they throw that net out, the more and more you squirm and struggle to try to get out of it, the more and more you get tangled into this net. So this is actually the narcissist playground. That's where they like to play at. They want to play in all that turmoil and all that mud and all that gook and ook and all of that. So they want you to spin around inside of this net and get more entangled into them. So and when I didn't realize that's what was going on, I was trying to defend myself. But as soon as I started realizing that, wait a minute, none of these people really want to hear anything that I have to say, I completely went silent. I shut up, I sat back. And what that does to the narcissist is now they've planted all of these seeds, and they've planted all of these seeds that you were going to react this certain type of way, and that you were crazy, and that you were, a liar, and that you were the manipulative one, and that you were, so basically they threw all of their projections onto you. So you were the cheater, you were this, you were that. And what ends up happening is the smear campaign kind of blows up over time, because when you completely pull back, now the narcissist has to overcompensate for those stories that they told. So now they have everybody in place, and they're looking for the show. And like the flying monkeys and everybody is looking for something to happen. And when that kind of doesn't happen and the story kind of fizzles out, what'll happen is the narcissist will overcompensate for the story. So they'll either extend the smear campaign and go even harder with it, and then that'll kind of poke holes in their story, or they'll kind of just fade away and leave it alone, and then leave people kind of on the hook of like, wait a minute, what's happening, like what's going on. And so I know in my case, what happened was, when I went quiet, when I went completely silent on the situation, I noticed that the narcissist, she started to make mistakes because she was trying to cover up and trying to make people believe that I was a certain type of person that I wasn't that person. So when she tried to paint the picture of me being that person and me just living in my own light and me just living and being who I normally naturally am, it kind of started to unravel her story, especially with my loved ones. But then I'm pretty sure even on her side that there were some of her loved ones that's kind of looking through the situation that's kind of like, well, wait a minute, you know, I thought you said that he was this type of person or that type of person, or, you know, he was, you know, abusive and he was this and he was that. But when they don't have anything to validate those stories, then the narcissists start to make mistakes. So to cover up the story, or to cover up the smear campaign in my situation, the narcissist, she created an elaborate lie. And in that elaborate lie, it exposed my truth. So I definitely encourage you guys to just be patient with the smear campaign. I know it's hard to not defend yourself when you feel like you're being attacked and when you feel like people are just taking advantage of you. But I'm definitely here to tell you that there is power in silence. It's power in just being completely quiet and just letting them walk into their own mistakes. Because like I said, narcissists are like the biggest crash dummies ever. So if you just step back, go silent, and really just let them dig their own ditch, I promise you they will make a mistake, because they're going to overcompensate on everything that they do, because they're trying to paint this elaborate picture that they are amazing and that you were the problem. So don't be the problem, guys. Shout out to all my new subscribers again. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you found any value in this video. I am definitely going to continue making these videos because I want to push myself to get better at making videos and just get more comfortable being in front of the camera, because this is something that was a struggle all of my life, of being in front of the camera. I always, you know, I kind of grew up in that in the society where, you know, kind of before social media, where we didn't do all of the cameras in people's face. We was kind of like, hey, listen, get that camera out my face, man. Like, you know, so this is all totally new to me, but I appreciate you guys being a part of my journey. Thank you so much. Love you guys.